I'm Caleb.
I'm Haley.
And I'm having
Coffee with my ex. Who gets to decide who has the monitor for the week?
I was wondering if you'd bring that up.
Because, I can't see myself. I can't hear myself.
You're in a void.
I'm just, talking to a wall right now.
You're in Janet's void.
Oh, my gosh. Not Janet's void.
Thank you guys for joining us after the last episode. We really appreciate you being here and supporting us.
We think it's a mistake. It's a mistake.
I after we recorded that, I remember texting you, and I was just devastated. I said, that was awful. And
we talked about it for a solid hour after we finished recording about how bad it was.
Such guilt. You said, I'm so embarrassed. And then you edited it, and you were like, it's not as bad as we thought.
It really wasn't as bad. Editing does wonders.
But then some people said that it was our best one, and that's scary.
I'm dead.
Anyways, this is the first time I'm seeing you since being in Florida.
Yeah.
I traveled last week across the country in the middle of a global pandemic to the state with the highest outbreaks, Florida.
Well, actually, California is, and Florida's right behind
It is?
them. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, even with population density?
I'm not sure.
Huh.
I don't know if that's a factor, but...
Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what, people there, it was so weird. First of all, the plane... Getting to LAX and everyone being in masks and stuff.
You flew from LAX?
I went from LAX.
Oh my God.
It was a nightmare. Because it's so much more expensive when you're going to Florida.
From Burbank?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know why. But people were just not, there was no good energy to be had. Everyone was in a mask, obviously. And the guards are in a mask, security's in a mask. You don't know what people are saying. You don't know what they want from you.
Yeah.
And there's no eyebrow expression. It's like everyone just has Botox or they're just in a bad mood. I don't know. But it was such a bad time. And Cameron and I were getting angry and fighting with each other because it was so just tense. And then we
you
get
guys
there.
do that anyway every single time you travel.
But we get there. There's no food anywhere. And we're about to fly for 5.5 hours and have not had a bite of food.
Why was there no food?
Because everything's closed.
Oh.
So there was one little market open with turkey sandwiches. And so I walk into this food court.
Sandwiches.
So do I. So I walk into the food court and Cameron, I'm like, hey, Cam, let's go get food. And he's like, no, just give me whatever you want. I don't want to go in there. And I said, Cameron, I need to know what you want. And he says, you know what I like, Cameron. Caleb, stop being stupid.
You called yourself Cameron. What?
He was like, stop being dumb. You know what I like. And I said, okay, I'll go get you food. So I get in line. I look around. I go pick up a turkey sandwich.
You should have gotten him a banana. He hates bananas.
I know that. But I got him a turkey sandwich and was walking through the line. And he walks up to me and goes, I hate turkey sandwiches.
Oh, my God. Cameron.
And so he storms away. I was like, let's look around. Let's see what else. And he just goes to the plane. So I know he's not going to feed himself. So now I'm in a bad mood because my partner's going to die. Then we get on the plane and it's weird. There's no middle seats, which was great.
Yeah.
But it was still it's kind of impossible to really social distance. But
right.
Everyone wore a mask the whole time.
Good.
That was good. But getting into Florida was a different world because here I feel like a lot of people wear masks.
Yeah, they do.
In Florida, they don't. They think it's literally a joke. I got there.
That's so funny because they're the joke.
No one's wearing masks. Luckily, my dad and his girlfriend were social distancing and doing their best. But the first day we went paddleboarding and we got out to the lake and they shut down the beach because it was 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
And so everyone was mad they couldn't go to the beach. So there was everyone took their boats out to the lake and it was a Trump parade. And everyone had their flags and they were in a conga line just sailing around. And then there was just Trump 2020 flags everywhere. No one in masks. And then I was out on my paddleboard and someone yelled at me from the sidelines with a Trump flag. And he was like, hey, where's your mask, man? Because I didn't have a mask on. And he was joking because he was like, yeah,
but
it's so
why
stupid
did he
to wear a
single
mask.
you out?
Because he just wanted to make a joke because he thought I would be like, yeah, masks are so stupid. Haha, people think we should wear masks.
Right.
It was just, and then the waitresses, they all had to wear masks, but they would wear them around their necks because they thought it was dumb. So they only put them up when they thought someone was looking. It was just a different world. So anyway.
That is a different world. It's so weird. LA is such a bubble when it comes to that. Because, I'm not saying, obviously not everyone in Florida is like that. But most people that I've talked to and, who are from Florida, they're like, yeah, it's awful. But LA is just like its own little bubble where most people are just like compassionate and educated and like just like follow instruction. It's just like not that real.
I feel like Florida is like a split. I'm generalizing them so hard.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a split. Half of them are like very one way, and half of them are like California. It's like California and Texas in one state.
Yeah.
And it's bizarre.
Yeah.
But I got to see my grandma, who was 99, who I told you about. That's why I went. And I called her on the phone on the way to see her.
She didn't know you were coming.
Because she didn't know I was there. So I was like, hey, like, what's up? How you doing? She was telling me all these stories. And then I FaceTime her as I'm walking up to her RV, because she's staying in an RV. And then I hang up right as they open the door. And so I'm looking at her, and she's looking at her phone like, I lost him. And then I waved at her. I'm like, no, you didn't, Grandma. I'm right here. And she looks at me and she goes, no, you're not. Who's that? She had no idea. She had to like get closer, and like as she got closer, and her eyes got better, because she only has one eye, because she got like cataract surgery like 20 years ago. Super simple, and they blinded her. Awful story. Anyways, that's a side street.
No, I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
With my eyes.
No. That's so scary.
I would rather just be half blind and then like get LASIK or something.
Haley, you can't compare having contacts to someone messing with your eyes.
I'm not doing it. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, so she walked up and she's like started crying, and it was so cute. And she was like, give me a hug. It was really hard because we had to like stay apart and wear a mask, but it was great. And someone on the boat who I think okay, segue. So there is a catamaran thing. So have you been on that? Like a boat that it kind of sails around the like intercoastal waters, and you can drink and just chill.
No, that's rich people shit. I don't have no idea.
They do it on cruises.
I've never even heard of it.
It's like a small cruise.
What you were saying.
A catamaran.
I've never heard of that.
Really?
Really?
We'll have to go. It's really cool, but I didn't think we could do it because of the restrictions, but it was 50% capacity.
Nah, it's okay.
They said, no, it's fine. So we went, and there we were sitting like in the front of the boat so no one could be around us.
Yeah.
And I heard my name being called, and I was so confused.
Kebab!
No, the night before we had kebabs, and everyone kept saying kebab, and I was like... I told Cameron, I said, I don't know where to look right now.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
But anyway, I heard my name being called like Caleb. And I'm like looking around like a bird because I feel crazy, and it's so faint, so I don't know that it's really me. And then I turn all the way around and look at this group of girls who have shut up. They're completely silent now. And they're like, are you the fitness marshal?
So quietly.
And I said, yeah. And they started freaking out, and they go, oh, we heard you were going to be in Florida. And I thought I didn't tell anybody that except for the podcast. So if you're listening, hello. It was nice to meet you or
Can
your
you
friend.
imagine like not knowing if it's actually you and it, like not being you? You know what I mean? Like, are you the fitness marshal? And you're like, no.
That's why I would never, if I saw someone in public,
if I didn't know for certain, there's no way I would ever go
even if I knew for certain, I would be like, no, I'm seeing things. That's not them.
Right. That's
Did you know what Venus and Serena Williams looks like?
Yeah.
Like really well?
No.
So they both live in Palm Beach, which is where my dad lives.
But did you see them?
This is for science. Well, so Cameron and I were doing a photo shoot, and my uncle Justin, who's a straighty, and he's super into sports, and we were taking pictures, and he goes, "Oh my God, one of the Williams sisters just passed," and I said, "What?" And then I looked through my photo roll,
no.
And he said, "Yeah, that's her," and I'm like, "I don't know. Is that her? Is that one of the Williams sisters? They're sponsored by Nike, and she's wearing Nike."
We should go to her. We have to. Okay, what we have to do is we have to go to her Instagram.
I've scanned for her watch, and I've scanned for her shoes, and I can't find it. And I'm scared for the man. Scared for the man coming behind her. But she's also married. She's married to a white guy, so that's not him.
I don't know. I'm gonna post it though. So
have you
guys
seen
let us know.
Do you know this woman? So yeah. So that's me carrying the podcast for 15 minutes. What are you?
You weren't even carrying it. You just talk. You just talk and you talk and you talk. Sometimes Cameron and I he'll just be talking and we're like, oh my God, you're still talking?
Yeah.
And that happens like twice a day.
And that's a symptom of ADHD. Filling the space when you're uncomfortable. I have my Britney cup today because of the everything happening now in the Free Britney movement.
Are you asking me if I know about the Free Britney movement? Are you asking me?
I think that you're misplacing some of your frustration right now.
You're asking me if I know about the Free Britney movement.
I said I have my Britney cup because
you know the Free Britney movement? You know about it? Because do you know about it?
I think this is semantics.
Oh, speaking of Britney, my coffee, my Yeti.
Yes.
Fuck, I honestly don't even know how
Your
to say
Yeti.
it. My Yeti says, "Give me more iced coffee."
That's before you drank cold brew.
For my birthday. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple years ago. Love that.
I'm gonna get one that says I'm a slave for a cold brew.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So I actually did you see I was talking to Eric Zucker yesterday?
Yeah, but I absolutely did not listen.
I was called upon as the Britney stan.
You're the token Britney stan.
Knew a lot more than I thought I did when I started speaking.
Well, compared to people who literally know nothing.
I know. Yeah. Well, what's crazy is that the free free Britney movement started happening last year. Mm-hmm. But then it was only really within the gay and stan community.
Yeah.
But now the straights are talking about it.
I know.
I saw Barstool Sports do a deep dive on it.
Whoa.
And that's how you know.
Major.
That's major.
Why all of a sudden? Because of her Instagram?
It's because
her Instagram is becoming more and more popular, especially on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because of what happened on TikTok or Instagram or TikTok. I think it was TikTok.
What?
So someone on TikTok, or she posted one of her videos, mm-hmm. her like walking back and forth, like me staring at my food in the microwave, and someone commented, "Brittany, if you need help, please wear a yellow shirt in the next video." Next video, she wore a bright yellow shirt,
and she was like, "Oh my god, I love this yellow shirt." Like she made a point.
She's like, "I just had to wear my yellow shirt," and so I'm like, that's not a coincidence. That can't be a coincidence.
I feel like she's worn that yellow shirt a million times though.
Just like calling it, I don't know. It's so easy to get into conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's why I think people are starting to deep dive and look into it. Yeah. Like my sister texted me yesterday and she said, "Hey, my boyfriend DJ's asking about the Free Britney movement, like what's happening." And I said, "Oh my God, it's working."
Oh my God.
It's working. Because people are so used to making fun of her, and I think there's been a lot of like people poking fun at her, and now people are on the other side kind of being like, "Wait, this is weird, like we should look into this and not just make fun of her."
Yeah.
So
wow, what a concept. Because
people, it's so easy to make fun of her, and I get some, some of her stuff is odd. Yeah. But also like that's okay. She's just being a person. Yeah. And not some people are odd, some people struggle with things. I'm odd. So like it's just like, let people live. Yeah. And the fact that she has never in her entire life been able to really control what she puts out. Mm-hmm. Instagram is the only place where she can do whatever she wants. She's like a baby on social media. Yeah. She's never had a say. So someone gave her password finally. Yeah. And so now she's just posting whatever she wants.
Right. And you have to think like whenever she was like coming up, or not really coming up, like when she was like the biggest star in the world, mm-hmm. like social media didn't really exist, and it was a different world where like celebrities, you didn't really know who they were. Mm-hmm. So like
it was the mystery.
It was like the mystery, and like I feel like breaking through that mystery is kind of like odd for a lot of people because they see her the certain way, mm-hmm. and so to actually see like she's always been like kind of like kooky, like weird, goofy, here we go, goofy, my Lisa or whatever. She's always kind of been that way. Yeah. And so I think especially like, obviously it's exacerbated since, but like, I don't know, I just don't think that people are used to seeing her as like a human. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they definitely aren't. Yeah. And anytime we've seen her, it's been in an interview setting or a controlled setting. Right. I mean, she did have a reality show. Do you remember that show, Chaotic?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch it. I wasn't allowed to.
Oh, really? You should go back. That's on YouTube. You should watch it.
I remember the episode where she was like high or something. She's like, "Kevin, my fries taste like so good." You
have to watch it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's interesting.
But I think we've talked about it before, but brief overview. Since 2007, when Britney shaved her head, hit the cars with the umbrella, around that time she was placed on a 5150, which was an involuntary psych hold. And that's when you saw her like being carried out to the hospital. She was then placed under a conservatorship, which was supposed to be temporary because she was going through it. And basically she was told that if she didn't go along with it, they were going to take her kids away. Mm-hmm. So she wanted to keep her kids because that was the most important thing in the world to her. So a conservatorship is generally very short term, or it's for people with dementia. That's basically the only situation. You can't feed yourself or clothe yourself. Mm-hmm. So you're basically a legal child and someone has to care for you. And so that was supposed to be temporary to get her back on her feet, which was already sketchy. Mm-hmm. But then now it's been 12 years.
It's so crazy.
Where she cannot, I wrote it down, she cannot get married, drive, spend money, travel, or make any adult decisions without permission from her dad.
Yeah.
She has no control at all.
Yeah.
And she is 39. And so it's really scary because people like with mental illness, like, you know, Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan, Kanye West, those people aren't under a conservatorship.
Oh, right. And there's been plenty of people who have, you know, abused drugs in the past or whatever, and they still have complete control over every aspect of their life.
Like having a mental illness doesn't mean that you aren't allowed to be a person.
Right.
I just think she makes way too much money for them to let her have control. Because the next year after she was placed under a conservatorship, they put her on the Circus World Tour, which was one of the highest grossing tours of the decade. But she's incapacitated to the point of someone with dementia, but is going on a world tour bringing in tens of millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. Probably like hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's gross.
Yeah.
And you know she doesn't like have a say or control over what she's even putting out. So, and it's so weird because I feel like after the circus tour, she was really herself. Or during the circus tour, she seemed like herself. But then like towards the Femme Fatale tour, she was really like, you could tell she was kind of drugged. I don't want to say
like
drugged
run
out.
down. Just like, I think she was just like.
She seemed very sedated.
Yeah.
And then now like in the Piece of Me era and on TikTok, it's almost the opposite where it's like super quick and super like, her voice is like really high now. And it's just weird how her personality is and demeanor has changed so much. And a part of the conspiracy is that they're making her take a lot more medication than she wants to. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know what she has and I don't want to speculate.
Right.
But people have said bipolar. So let's just say it is bipolar. You can still be bipolar and live a completely normal life. Like Demi Lovato's talked about it. She's bipolar. So I think they're wanting her to take more medication. I hate speculating, but that's what a podcast is for. True. And so that's why the Domination tour got canceled, is because she didn't want to keep taking all those medication. And so now it's like,
God forbid she like wants to like regain control of her life. And I think I think she really wanted to do Domination. Mm-hmm. I think she was like excited about it. Yeah. But like,
and that was like taken away from her. And you can see now she's still dancing every day on Instagram and trying to do something. So I hope that with all this attention, because obviously we don't know the ins and outs, we don't know really what she needs help with. I was talking to Katie Morton about this, and Katie thinks that, you know, she does need help and she needs more attention. And maybe that's true. It's just, I think with her level of stardom and how much she's been obviously manipulated throughout her career, I feel like, I don't want to say they owe the public something, but I feel like someone needs to do a real wellness check on her.
Yeah. I just can't wait for the day that she like absolutely just like tell her story. I texted her the other day. I was like, I cannot wait for Britney's memoir because Mariah Carey's is coming out in September. I saw that. And I'm going to audiobook that shit.
Oh, so I cannot wait.
I'm so excited. But yeah, I want that for Britney because she deserves to like tell her story. So when Jamie Lynn dies, not Jamie Lynn. No, his name is
Spears,
Jamie Spears. Yeah. When he dies, I'm sure at least some of the control has to be like.
Well, I think all of them are really scared of him. Like he was, it was on document that he was an abusive alcoholic when they were growing up. And that's why they're divorced. Like her parents are divorced. But I mean, she has Jamie, she has Jamie Lynn, she has her mom, she has Sam, who seems like a wonderful boyfriend. Mm-hmm. So it's like if something really is wrong or she needs help, I feel like those would be the people who would do it. Yeah. So that's what's confusing.
It is confusing, but you have to think about like, you have no idea exactly what kind of power Jamie holds over
Well, he holds
them.
all of it. He's her executor, which means that he gets paid a salary of over $100,000 a year. I know.
Probably more than she makes. Probably more than she's
Well,
allotted
it's reported that she's allotted about $70,000 a year, which is why all of the clothes she's wearing, you can see, is from Pretty Little Thing. And her TikToks, she gets not Pretty Little Thing.
No, I think it was Pretty Little Thing.
It was?
Yeah.
So
Something like that.
or there was some like cheap like discount store she was getting, and then she rewears a lot of stuff. And then in her last post, she was like, "My only wish is to have
a world supply of designer clothes."
But
yeah,
I don't know. It's
a wild story. But
there's ever since really the conservatorship, she's been intentionally choosing to perform in cages or have like cage imagery.
Oh yeah.
Like the Piece of Me tour, she performed in a cage for Piece of Me. Mm-hmm. She, for the Femme Fatale tour, performed in a cage for Up and Down. Mm-hmm. And then in her Make Me video, she was the one that was scrapped that David LaChapelle shot. She was in a cage during it.
Yeah.
And in the cover, she was photographed in chains.
Yeah.
And someone commented on his Instagram. They said, "Hey, was this her idea? Did she want to be photographed in chains for a certain reason?" And David LaChapelle liked it.
Yeah.
And he liked multiple comments about that.
He's always like hinting at shit.
It's just
and then Tinashe just tweeted the other day about whatever, and then she deleted it.
Yeah.
She was like, "Free Britney." She was like, "I worked with her." What did she say?
She said, "Free Britney. Like Britney is such a sweetheart and one of the like best people I've worked with," or something like that. And then Missy Elliott also tweeted, "Free Britney." And then I think she got it deleted too because they're both with Sony Music.
No, they're not.
Yes. Well, Tinashe used to be, but not anymore.
Why did they make her delete it? She's an independent artist.
I don't know. But
Scary.
it's like anytime someone's speaking out about
Anytime someone speaks out about it,
they get shut down. So
it's terrifying.
I really want the book.
Yeah,
I want her memoir. I would love to see, because especially like in For the Record, I would have loved for her to like sit down and write, because that documentary was so good. If you guys haven't seen For the Record, it's 12 years old now, so when the conservatorship started.
Right.
But I think that she was really well spoken, and I think it still holds a lot of weight today, because I don't think much has changed.
Yeah.
So, speaking of though, people with, God, that's problematic. I don't want to say that. Speaking of people who are allowed to run around and do whatever they want with no control, Kanye West. Kanye West, 2020. I literally just choked saying it.
It's infuriating to me how narcissistic. You want to know something?
What?
Is that I stand Kanye West.
Yeah.
For a long time. Obviously, it's been a little shaky since the whole MAGA hat wearing, whatever. Mm-hmm. I hate that people are like, yeah, Kanye West, like he just says what everyone like wants to say but doesn't, and that's my least favorite thing about anyone. Like, you think you can get a pass and say problematic things because you think that everyone else is thinking it and you're just saying it? No, that's not how life works. No, you're just problematic. You're not saying what everyone's thinking. You just suck.
I don't understand.
So that's obviously like been a thing. Then he released his last album, like whatever. And then I told you, not even that long ago, I don't remember what we were talking about. I was like, yeah, Kanye, like you. So I think you asked if Kanye West had a Twitter or something.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, no, he only has a Twitter when an album is about to come out.
Oh yeah.
And then literally a week later, he tweeted about like running for president, and I was like, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
He literally tries to be the most problematic person ever, just so that when he releases an album and people listen to it, he's like, see, you can't cancel me. I'm the shit. I can say whatever I want and people still listen to my music. That's how narcissistic this person is.
Yeah.
In my eyes, at least. That's my opinion.
No, I totally agree. It's maddening.
It's maddening. And then yesterday, so I posted also like Kanye West 2020, which is just, and then Kim, and then Elon Musk, which I also fucking hate.
I'm mad at Elon as well.
You should be mad at Elon.
That is so disappointing.
He's trash.
But
He is
like,
trash. I also found out that Elon Musk isn't. I saw this tweet, and I have never related
I think I know
more.
exactly what you're talking about.
I saw this tweet, and it was like, Elon Musk is a dumb guy's idea of a smart guy. Anyway, Elon Musk is a whole other topic, which...
If anyone else would like to take over Tesla, please.
Which I also found out that he didn't even create Tesla, he bought it.
Good. I'm glad I know that.
But he takes all the credit for it.
I wonder why.
What do you mean, I wonder why?
Why would a straight white man take all the credit for something?
Anyway, Kanye West. Tweeting about the presidency, which is so just like fucked up. And then he was like saying like, because people were like,
I want your mic to know what you're saying.
Because people were like, don't you dare do that, because a vote for you is a vote for Trump. Like,
right.
You understand that? And he was like, what he had said in his Forbes article is that it's racist to think that black people are Democrats. And I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, wait, what are you saying? Literally, what?
I mean, a lot of people say, typically, the black vote goes to the Democratic Party. And so he was trying to redirect the conversation and be like, and just make it about something that it's not.
Right.
Which is so annoying because it is true. I feel like there are people who would vote for Biden if Kanye West wasn't a part of it. But there are some people who are going to not be super invested in the election and just go and vote, who don't like Trump, and be like, oh yeah, there's Kanye, I'm gonna vote for Kanye.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the exact opposite of what happened in 2016. Thank God, like, it's too late for that to truly happen.
Right.
But I was thinking in bed, because I try to challenge myself, like, if this were on the other side, say I was a Republican, would I have voted for Donald Trump just because? And I was thinking, like, if Kanye West ran for president for the Democratic Party and it wasn't Trump, it was like just a general politician, I would probably vote Republican.
Yeah.
Like, I would not vote for Kanye West if that's what my choice was.
Right.
And so I think maybe that's a side street. I feel like that was the perfect example of, like, how far will you go for your party or your side? Because that's my line. Kanye West is my line.
Yeah. Well, I think that he was wanting to run as Republican anyway.
But now he's going to run as independent.
Well, he's at the birthday party. He's calling his party the birthday party, because if he wins, it's everybody's birthday.
Do we get a free drink? Do we get a reward?
I'm laughing because I'm going to cry.
He genuinely thinks that he is a prophet sent by God to deliver God's word. And as much as he was talking about God, it's just so weird when he talks about God, because I feel like it's from a place of where he views himself as, like, God's right-hand man. Right. It's not like
I am God's child. It's like I am God's
brother.
Yeah, exactly. And then he said that the coronavirus was a result of making God mad. So
that's where you're gonna lose me. That's where you're gonna lose me. And then he said the vaccine was the mark of the beast.
I can't. Okay, so all that happened, and then he also
said that he doesn't believe in abortion.
Yeah. He said he's pro-life, and then he posted which I'm not even. Can get into that. I can, but the problem here isn't pro-life, pro-choice. I think the problem is that he tweeted a picture of, like, what does a 6-month-old baby in the womb look like or whatever, and posted a picture, and they're like. And he was like, this child deserves to live. And the problem with that is that this is what I hate about the abortion topic, is that that's always used as, like, the standard. Like, people literally wake up 6 months into the pregnancy and, like, never mind. Yeah. That doesn't happen. The percentage of women who get abortions at 6 months is less than 1%, and it's usually because of life-threatening issues. Like, people don't get abortions at 6 months, and most states it's not even legal. So
yeah, that's what I just wish that when we were talking about such sensitive issues that we approach them with, like, reason.
Right.
And I think I understand the emotional component behind the opposite side.
Right.
I really do, but it's like when you generalize and you say, oh yeah, abortions at 6 months should be legal, you can't think of it from an emotional standpoint that every woman, like you said, wakes up and says, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do it.
I'm 6 months pregnant. Never mind.
That's
not what that's not what happens.
And if it does, that's, like you said, 1 in a million.
Literally 1 in a million.
So let's talk about what most actually happens.
Don't use like the outlier, the like most outlier outlied outlier as as your example.
Yeah, that's so irresponsible.
It's so irresponsible.
Like if you want
to talk about abortion, okay, let's talk about when the abortions actually happen, which is like within the first 5 to 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So.
God, I almost got on a side tangent, but like we don't have to go too much into politics, but there's a lot going on. Anyway, Kanye West, what were you?
And he deleted that tweet.
Okay.
10 minutes after posting it. I'm happy that I saw it, just so I can be mad about it. But, and then he started tweeting pictures of his children.
Oh, I thought you said he deleted his tweet about running for president.
Oh, no. He deleted his tweet about the abortions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, I just want to know like what his inner circle says.
Right. Like, what are you guys like? Are you guys like hyping him up? Like, or is everyone like, fuck?
What I'm really hoping is that Kim leaves him and they are able to just distance. I just feel like he's a really bad look for their whole family.
He's a bad look for the world. He is a bad look.
I was telling you yesterday because like I don't want to get into like it's not Kim Kardashian's fault or problem, but with her influence, I was like, if he does run, will she support him? With her like 140 million.
She retweeted his tweet with American flag.
That's scary.
It is so scary. It's just scary out here. There's so many people in my DMs, like whenever I post about this stuff on my Instagram, who are from different countries, and they're like, it is not looking good over there. There was like, what's going on over there?
I was thinking about that. Every other country thinks we're a joke.
Oh yeah. He was like, everyone's praying for America right now. Like literally everyone in the world is like worried. Like and I can imagine like they have a complete outsider perspective. Like we have this crazy fucking president. We have nothing is going right now. And I can only imagine how that looks on like a world stage.
I remember growing up and we were always like taught to believe that we were the best country and everyone wanted to be us. And that couldn't be further from the truth.
Someone literally was like, so much for land of the free.
No one
like literally they were like, I used to think that America was like the best country in the world, and now I'm so grateful I don't live there.
Yeah, every other country is like looking at us like, get it together.
Yeah, I think most countries are just like, they feel bad. I think that they know like the people who get it and like want change, they feel really bad.
It's so crazy. But we do have the right to protest. We have the right to speak our opinion.
Do we?
I mean, yeah, we have the right to. Now, whether we get tear gassed and beaten for it, that's a different story. But let's keep going. Those were all my notes. We really got really far without getting into politics. We really did. So, Grandma, if you made it this far, I'm really sorry.
It's just really hard because it's everywhere. I mean, we can't do anything but be locked inside and be scared of everything that's happening right now. That's
what you said. Because before I was like, I don't want this to turn into the Philip DeFranco show or like daily news, but also what else are we going to talk about?
Right. Like I can't I'm not having like any experiences. Like nothing's like happening. So like, yeah, all I had to do is ingest toxic news all day.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. What?
I'm just thinking, like, we're gonna end. Like, how do we end it on a high note? So lately, I've been tracking my sleep.
No. You know what we're gonna talk about is Hamilton.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Can we watch it?
I would love to.
When do you want to watch it?
Now.
So Hamilton. What, Cameron?
You're supposed to do that, Ramsey. We've already made plans.
What?
To watch Hamilton.
With Ramsey and not me?
I thought he came out here because
you are part of that.
No one let me know.
When he was here last.
Nope.
Oh, I'm not waiting. That he's literally not coming back for like 4 weeks.
Does he live in Sacramento or where?
Yeah. Yes.
Why?
No, we're watching Hamilton sooner than that. Anyway, okay. So Hamilton just came out on Disney Plus, and I had tickets to go see it with Ramsey this summer. And obviously that got canceled twice. So I'm very upset. I have never seen Hamilton before this. I have actually never been to a Broadway show before, and it makes me super sad. But I love watching like
so crazy.
stage movies of Broadway shows.
You would love Broadway.
Oh, I know. It's just, here we go, once again, for the rich. And so, came out on Disney Plus the 3rd of July, and it is now the 9th of July, and I've watched it 3 times. I love it so much. It's just like nice to have on in the background.
How long is it?
3 hours, I think.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
It's so good. And people have been like talking about it. And I know you haven't seen it, but people have been talking about it, how it's not like historically like accurate, and like talking about how it's like fetishizing is not the right word. Fetishizing is not the right
I know.
word.
I'm trying to think of the word though. Not glorifying.
Glorifying.
Really?
Yeah, glorifying the founding fathers.
Oh yeah.
Especially Hamilton, and they're talking about like we shouldn't be glorifying people who
Had slaves.
And I think that I really don't think it glorified any one person, to be quite honest. I think also Lynn was talking about how it was more of like a fan fiction type of like story, and how he really likes how nothing about the show has changed since it began in Broadway years ago, like I think like 5 years ago. And he was like, I really think it's interesting how people view it differently now because of the different time that we're in. And he was like, honestly, I love it. Like people looking at it from a different lens. Different things mean different things in different times.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to watch it.
Let me know what you think. And I don't think it's like people are like literally trying to like cancel Hamilton. And I'm just like, no, it's a beautiful piece of art. Absolutely. And I really don't think I think sure it like romanticizes like the whole thing, but at the same time it is a Broadway musical. So like don't take it as fact. It's a piece of art.
Is it a play that it is, or is it a movie?
It's like a stage.
Okay.
It's like a stage show.
Where was it with people, like a live audience?
Yeah, so definitely recommend it. It is so good. The music is so good. I can't wait to watch it with you.
I know, I'm excited. I have a recommendation that I've been thinking about a lot this week.
It's
actually
really hot.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's my recommendation.
Yeah, I would hope so. You took up a lot of time on that one. So there was this series that came out on Hulu Plus, which it was originally going to be on Disney, but they moved it to Hulu. Love, Victor.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I didn't watch it, but I've seen it.
Have you seen Love, Simon? So good. So there's this movie called Love, Simon that came out a few years ago that I saw at YouTube, but it's kind of the first mainstream coming out story. So it kind of followed a boy who was questioning his sexuality and was in high school, and it was like a mainline, like actual theater release film starring a kid that I went to acting camp with. So we'll insert that picture here.
No, we will not.
Knew him before he was famous.
No.
But then so they did like a spin-off actual series that kind of follows that same high school post Love, Simon. So a new kid who's coming, it's a Latino family. They are moving to this new school, and he is confused about his sexuality. And so it's kind of like a long form 10 episode type thing where you get to kind of experience him coming out. And it's really weird. I think you would like it a lot. It's cool for anyone to watch, really. I think they did a really good job of it. And it was just so weird to see so many different situations that I've never seen on screen before that I went through. And it's something that they couldn't really do in the movie because you have to do it so quick. So to have 10 episodes of really a coming out was really cool. And just how he did it with his friends and all those things. So
cute.
What's weird too is that all the characters in the film, the main two that are gay, are straight in real life, which is bizarre. And I know a lot of people are upset about that. I don't, because they said like a lot of other gay people are wanting the rules. So I don't personally know how I feel about that. Mm-hmm. But I think
I feel like it's a balance.
it's got to be. I mean,
Yeah.
sexuality is different because like with race, you shouldn't play a character that's not your race because you can see that.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, in Hamilton, they do a lot of race bending. Most of the people in the show are black.
Really?
Yeah, even though obviously everyone in that time was white, like in those positions. But
Oh, I think that's good though.
no.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great. It's great. It's just like it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my god, this is black. There's a bunch of black people in this cast, and I live for it. Like
I didn't
it's
know
so
that.
nice to see. Huh. Yeah. Just like a nice, like diverse group of people,
Yeah.
not just all played by white people because history is made by white people.
God, imagine if that really was history.
Right.
Jeez.
Jesus. Anyway.
Anyway,
I'll
so
watch
yeah,
it.
Love Victor is great. Really, really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But it bothered me that the main characters weren't actually gay because I was like, this is why we're so confused because we don't know what gay people really look like. This is why.
Right.
But yeah, Love Victor, good series. Anything else?
Our intentions.
Oh yeah.
My intention this week is to finish my puzzle. I'll mention my puzzle now.
What?
So
And then what though? And then what?
I don't think you understand when you start a puzzle. You become consumed by that puzzle, and this is a 1,000-piece puzzle, and it's of Paris, and it's beautiful. And once it's done, I just feel this incredible sense of accomplishment of just like hyper focusing on one thing until it's done. Feels super good. It's a nice way to exercise my mind and like not be looking at a screen. I hate it. I hate every second of it. But also I love it. It's like a love-hate thing.
Okay.
But that's my intention, is to finish my puzzle. Don't look at me like that.
No, it's just
People
it's
like
fascinating.
puzzles.
I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Because for me, I guess maybe it's just the way my brain works. That's not enough. Of a
Have you ever
reward
done
for
a
me.
puzzle? Have you ever sat down in your adulthood and done a puzzle?
I've
It's actually quite relaxing. It might even help with like anxiety.
no, that's no.
No,
No.
You've never tried.
No, that would cause anxiety.
What
I would
do you
be.
mean?
Do you know that I spend most of my day walking in circles? So the fact that I would have to
know.
waste time putting something together that serves no purpose, I think that's what Pokemon is for me. Because I'm sitting there, I get no real reward out of it, but I'm just investing and button mashing and raising my Pokemon to be the best they can possibly be. I just caught a G-Max Venusaur last night with
All
a
right.
chlorophyll ability.
All right.
And I got
this is my
all of his
intention, not
IVs.
yours. This is my intention. This is about me. This is my intention.
Well, your intention's over because you want to do a puzzle, and my intention is to raise more Pokemon that are perfect.
That literally is.
Yeah.
That actually your intention?
Is that it's better than yours?
No, it's not.
I can take mine out in battle. What can you do?
Literally.
What can you do with your puzzle?
I can deconstruct it and hand it off to another person to enjoy.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah, I've done that.
Who are you going to hand it to?
Chloe.
Okay, well, Chloe, get a new hobby. Get a better hobby.
God, you are so hateful.
Coffee with my ex.